Hello friends and welcome back to the Spiegel Mom Scraps channel. It's Caitlin here with another process video. Today I'm doing a very bright and colorful layout featuring these two sequin mixes, Carnival Ride and Gumdrops. Really cute sequin mixes, pretty new to the shop too, so if you haven't picked those up yet, head over to the shop and use my code Caitlin15 for 15% off your order. I'm also working with these really bright papers today. I've worked with this collection before from DCWV. Joy de Vivre, I again do not know how to pronounce it, not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I picked this up at Joann's a while back. They might still have it in your area, and I really like it. So I have this red striped background, which is sort of tone on tone, which I really like because it adds a pattern without being too busy, because I find that I love working with patterns, but some people find it hard to work with busy pattern paper backgrounds, and this is an alternative to a busy background to be very subtle. You know, that tone on tone really helps mellow down the patterns. I'm also pulling out some items from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit over from my personal channel, and I'll be using some embellishments from those for this page. But for the most part, I use a lot of paper on this page and sort of let that guide my way to making this layout. So I grabbed one of those washi strips and I put it down at the bottom. It is a little bit cut off here, but you'll see it later on. And I stacked that sentiment strip there that says "Today will be awesome" on top of that. This photo is of me and my boyfriend took it. We were at a park in Lake George. We went there last summer. Very beautiful if you haven't gone there. Really beautiful. It's in New York. And I really had a good time. This is like the first photo I think I'm scrapbooking of this event. So I'm glad to be starting this section of that scrapbook. So like I said, I'm working with a lot of paper scraps today. I'm trying to layer these together so that the colors are alternating and whatnot. So I did the light green, now I'm doing a dark pink, and then I'll do the dark green, and then I go with that lime yellow there that's on the left hand side. And I think this is a really great way to use paper scraps, just layering them behind photos is one of the easiest ways. But you can also use these as your background. So if you had a white 12 by 12 background, you could easily stack up all of these different shapes and make some sort of color blocked pattern so that your photos can sit nicely on top of it. So then I end up not cutting this down at all. Originally I thought I would, but then I find these flower pieces from Pink Fresh Studio that I think the color matches well. I would say that the stylization of them is not perfect. They're more of that artsy watercolor look, whereas the papers I'm working with are very bright and bold and happy and sort of that bubbly doodle design. But I roll with all of this anyway and start using some of these stickers from the same collection from Pink Fresh Studio, except this time they're leatherette stickers, so they do have a lot more texture to them versus the regular cardstock stickers that I was using. Even though those ones are 3D, I'm not sure if it's picking up well on camera, but they are a 3D sticker, which is really fun. I also have these in my stash, which are some Illustrated Faith tabs. Now, I think a lot of these colors go very well. However, I was having a very hard time using them. I'm not sure if it's just because they were tabs and I wanted them to be tucked under something or what, but I was having a very hard time using them on this specific layout. I ended up pulling out this hot pink heart one, which I think is so cute, and that's the one I end up using. I'll put that in the top right cluster there. But for the rest of them, I just couldn't use them. I didn't know if they were just too big or what was going on there, but I do use that pink one. So I'm going to start gluing down some of my items here. So I've glued on this title strip that I pulled out from that paper pad. It says "Today will be awesome" with some pineapples. Pineapples are completely unrelated to this topic. We do not grow pineapples in Lake George, but I thought it would work for this sort of tropical flower setting I'm in front of. You know, the pineapples work. It just works. So I laid down my photo on top of that piece of striped paper, and now I'm going to grab some self-adhesive foam. Now these are pretty new to me. I picked these up last year. I think I told my patrons about them. Walmart had these giant stacks of self-adhesive foam on clearance for $1. They were originally like $5 or $6, so I picked up 2 of them. This is my first time using them and I really like them. I don't know if I love like how they stick yet. Again, I just made this layout. Not sure how long they'll last, but you did see I added extra adhesive, but I do like the thickness of these. They're much thicker than the foam I normally buy, which is either from the dollar store or from Walmart, so that's pretty thin foam. But this stuff's pretty thick, so I'm really excited about that. And I also wanted to point out that my stripes are going the same way in all of my patterns. So the red background is a vertical stripe, my green, lime green layer there is a vertical stripe, and then even the washi tape I put at the bottom is a vertical stripe. Now that's a design decision. You do not have to do that. There's no design rules that say you have to do that. I've done it before where I do the patterns in different orientations, especially if I have diagonal stripes. It's hard to work with that and a vertical or horizontal, but you definitely can do it, and I've done it before. But I just wanted to mention that I did do that on purpose because I wanted to make sure that the layout had a nice flow to it up and down. So I just glued down all of my stickers here, and I'm just thinking the layout needs a bit more, and I'm not sure what it needs. So I end up going through these stickers, which are by the Reset Girl, and there's cute little florals and leaves and birds, and I end up using 4 of those, which are the last of those types of stickers in this section of the sticker pack. So I'm really excited to use some of those. I've been trying to use these for months and months and months, and I'm slowly picking away at it, and I can't wait to be done with it. It's just one of those products that seems to hold on for a while in my stash. Clear stickers are very difficult for me to use, and I do try not to buy them anymore because they are very hard for me to use. So after I used those, I went back to the leatherette stickers and pulled out these guys. These are just some weird, like, little strips. They're on a like S-shaped curve, and there's an orange one and a black one, and I just put both of them on this layout. I don't think I'll ever use them anywhere else. This was the only time I kind of thought they might work. And I definitely don't hate the way they look, I just don't love the way they look. So I ended up just sticking them on there, kind of tucking them under there to make some room. Now, as you guys know, I love doing sequin accents on my layouts. That's like one of my favorite things to do with sequins, especially since I don't have a die cutting machine and I can't do shakers as often because it's very hard to make them without an electronic die cutting machine to get all those pretty images to make cutter or shaker files. But if you do have a cutting machine, head over to Speak Mom Scraps and subscribe to the newsletter so you can get free cut files in your inbox, because who doesn't want free things? But since I don't have those, I tend to do sequin accents like this. So yes, I'm doing a whole nother sequin row, which don't worry, I cut out most of it so you don't have to watch it, but essentially I'm going to lay sequins all the way across there, just on the one side though. I didn't want to overwhelm my page by doing 2 rows, so this sequin row is made up of entirely lime green sequins, and that pulls in that color again from the top there, from that background paper, and layers that right above the title, kind of tying in those 2 colors and making it feel a little bit more cohesive. I didn't want it to be a dividing line, which I don't think it is. If had I used larger sequins, I think it would have been much more of a dividing line, which would have, you know, fought against the design that I was trying to make, but I really like how this turned out. Now I'm using the gumdrops and a couple from the Carnival Ride to do some sequin accenting. As you can see, there's some really large blue and pink ones in the other mix that have beautiful texture to them. It kind of picks up on camera, but they're so pretty, and I used 3 of those blue ones on my page. Again, I really like that bright pop of blue against the red. I think it's very, very pretty and works well in the grand scheme of things. So let's see, what else do I do? I think all I do here is try to space out the sequins. Now I have hot pink, green, sort of like a teal blue. I have white because I do want something to balance out all these colors. I bring in some more white. And then I have those big blue textured ones, which again, there are pink ones as well, which I thought about bringing in, but since the pink is so subtle on this layout, I decided to leave out the magenta pink color and save those for another beautiful layout. So as I glue these down, I'm just using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, and after the sequins, I do add a couple more embellishments, so that's why this isn't sped up too much. And a lot of people also ask how we glue down our sequins, because all of the sparklers tend to do it different ways. But there's liquid adhesive options, there's glue dots, there's all sorts of ways you can do it. So here I'm going to pull out some Carpe Diem word phrase stickers, which these seem to be really popular back in the day. Let me know if you guys still use these phrase stickers, because I remember when they first came out, I think it was Tim Holtz who really made them popular with his flip books of them. But are these still like really popular on pages? I'm not exactly sure if they are, at least like they were before. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys are still using them. And let me know which sequin mix you liked better, the Carnival Ride or the Gumdrops. So do you like the blues and greens, or do you like the pinks and all the bright fun colors of gumdrops. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Here are some close-ups of the layout so you guys can see the details of those sequins and the leatherette stickers and the 3D stickers all together. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!